Welcome to Austin, Texas, live music capital of the world, home to 6th Street, the state capital of Texas. Downtown Austin, where they know how to keep Austin weird, and of course, the home of the Texas Longhorns. Tonight, it plays host to a Big 12 showdown between the Kansas State Wildcats and the Texas Longhorns. TSTV Live Sports brings you this production from Gregory Gym. Hello, I am Scott Robbins. Alongside me tonight is Eric Weiss. Eric, how you doing?
I'm great, Scott. Ready for some volleyball action.
We're all ready for some volleyball action. Let's look at these two teams. The Kansas State Wildcats, they're 4-12 in Big 12 play, and they need a statement win. They can do so versus a number 2 ranked Texas Longhorn team. What can you tell me about this Kansas State team we'll see here tonight? Tonight, it's Kansas State's Kelsey Chipman. Tonight, it's Texas's Destiny Hooker. Tonight, it's the Kansas State Wildcats versus the Texas Longhorns. We'll be back with First Serve right after these messages. You're watching TSTV Live Sports. And a block by Destiny Hooker. Point goes to Texas. A big swing by Destiny Hooker. Tipped by the Horns. Coker looks to angle, and angle with the left hand goes cross court. Point will go to the Horns. Net violation by the Horns as Coker went over the net to try to take that one back. Point will go to the Kansas State Wildcats as they now trail by only one, 6-5 here in the first set. Kathleen Ludwig to serve off the tape. Coker, Doris tipped and out of bounds. Point will go to the Longhorns. Got to play both defenses that way, looking to either set or to go over on 2. It's a very difficult task for a defense to read, and that's why Ashley Engel is such a dynamic player. Coming out of the timeout, Longhorns lead the Wildcats 9-5 here in the first set. Destiny Hooker will be back to serve as she usually gets sky high on these serves. Destiny, jump serve, received by Kansas State. Coker to Doris, roll shot. Dug by the Wildcats, dug by Kistner. Angle, attempts to go cross court, tipped and saved by the Wildcats. Donahue blocked. Received by Kistner to Angle. Dug by Chipman. Kistner again on the dig. Setting up Adams, who quickly crushes it to the midline. Point Texas. The serve for Kansas State. Angle to Fawcett. Fawcett drills it. Point Texas. Serve for the Horns. Received by Kansas State. Chipman on the attack. Kistner looks to Hooker. Hooker blocked but wide. Point will go to the Longhorns as Destiny Hooker shows her after point little move that she always does.
Always funny to watch.
As that height is a big difference to this Kansas State team, a very young Kansas State team looking to get experience. Coker to Doris, who plants it 5 feet behind the midline. Point goes to Texas as the Longhorn fans get to their feet for the set point. The Texas Longhorns take the first set 25-13. We'll be back with the second set right after these messages. You're watching TSTV Live Sports.
Speaking of Sydney, there she is.
There she is. 4-0 the Longhorns lead here in the second set. Off the tape. Received by Kansas State. The overpass by Ludwig. Fawcett tries to hammer one out. It's saved by Kansas State. The directional block saved by Kansas State once again. The overpass. Fawcett. Angle. Adams out of bounds. Point Kansas State. Heather Kistner once again back to serve by the scorer's table. Received by Donahue. Looks to Muff. Dug by Kistner. Angle to Hooker. Overrises it, but the save by Kansas State. Chisholm out of bounds. Point Texas. As Kistner serves to Mathewson. Angle now looking to Fawcett. Fawcett goes to Mathewson, who can't control and get underneath that one. Point will go to the Texas Longhorns. Coker. Received by Mathewson. Muff on the attack. Angle over on 2. Goes right in front of the midline. Very difficult to do, but she gets it in front of the midline. Point Texas. Received by Mathewson. Looking to Murray. Murray tries to hammer it out into the net. Overpass. Hooker. A devastating blow, but a save by Kansas State. Coker. Angle. tips, saved by Kansas State. And Hooker will pulverize that one down the line to finally get the point for the Horns. She looked like she was going to go line, but she instead just plummeted it. Went right cross court and gets the point for Shadair McNeil. Dug by Kansas State. Mathewson. Chisholm tipped. Hooker with the dig. Angle. Looks to McNeil, and McNeil puts it 3 feet behind the midline. Point, Texas. Swing, but she tries to place it perfectly. And a double block. Hooker doing a little Irish two-step with that one.
It's like a touchdown dance.
Celebrating to the block and the point for the Longhorns. She does a move where she usually puts her hands on her knees and says, I just got that point, but going with the Irish step. Look at the Irish step by Destiny Hooker.
I wonder if volleyball was going to have to outlaw kill celebrations.
Having some fun here in Kansas State versus Texas. Point, Texas, as that one goes out of bounds. Longhorns having all the momentum, having their way, leading the second set 20-8, taking the first set 25-13. Kistner on the serve for the Longhorns. Chisholm tries to blast one, but too much power as that one sails out of bounds and into the stands. Point, Texas. Kistner serving from way back where. Chisholm, another one sailing out of bounds. Point, Texas. Line judge didn't know what to do. He didn't know if it was tipped. But the main official said that one was untouched. Point will go to Texas. Now up 21-8. Kistner serving once again. Donahue on the receiving end. And tipped, and a lucky roll off the fingertips for the Kansas State Wildcats. Mathewson back to serve for the Wildcats. Received by Doris. Hooker. Tipped and out of bounds as it sailed just over Mathewson's hands and couldn't save it. Point, Texas, as they now lead here in the third set. Coker on the serve. Except Chapman. But sent right back over by the Longhorns. Murray on the attack. Tipped. Angles. Setting up Doris. A save. Overpass by Mathewson. Kistner with the dig. Coker to Hooker, and too much. Way too much for Anna Faye as she just blasts that one. Cross court, point, Texas. Kansas State staying with the Horns, only down 7-6. And a double block by Pacheco and by Muff, and they will tie it up here in the third set at 7-all. Maybe Spike Lee will make a doing work segment for Heather Kistner.
Perhaps.
Ashley Angle serving for the Longhorns. Murray sets up Chisholm. Blocked, but wide. Point, Kansas State. And you were just talking about the academic Big 12. There's 5 players on this Texas team who made academic Big 12. Rachel Adams, Jennifer Doris, Kistner, and Yogi made first team. Angle made second team, so not just getting it done on the court, but getting it done in the classroom. Congratulations to the Longhorns. Murray, tipped, blocked by Adams. Chisholm, goes Angle. Angle to Hooker, who crushes that one. Yogi back to serve for the Longhorns. Mathewson receives it. Chisholm blocked by Destiny Hooker. Showing the swagger, she walks back to the huddle. Very tall Texas team right now. Hooker, high serve, power behind it. Murray, dig by Kistner. Hooker looks to Hooker, and Hooker dents the floor. Angle looks to Fawcett. Fawcett tipped out of bounds, and the match will go to Texas as they take the final set 25-17. It's been a great season for us here at TSTV Live Sports. For Eric Weiss, I'm Scott Robbins. Have a great night.